good morning. Welcome to the Labor Lounge. We here with a current event. They they got my boy Odell Beckham Jr. snatched him off a plane. So we gonna go into a little clip real quick and see what they talking about. But yeah, Odell Beckham Jr. was kicked off a plane down in Miami. He was on a flight to LA from Miami with American Airlines, and I guess he had some stuff going on where he was sleeping real heavy, maybe intoxicated. Who knows? Allegedly, but we're gonna watch a short report here, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Video just released of NFL star Odell Beckham Jr. the day he was removed from a flight out of Miami. Police body camera video shows the moments when officers addressed Beckham after flight attendants say the star receiver refused to follow instruction. Local 10's Glenna Milberg is live at Miami International Airport with the exclusive. Glenna.
Flight 1228 to LA is what the flight was when all this incident happened. This was Thanksgiving weekend. And in the following days, Team OBJ tried to set the narrative for the news reports that came. But this police body-worn camera that we've obtained, this is a real-time look under the curtain of that spin. Miami-Dade officers called to the departing flight, knew which passenger the crew was calling belligerent, not buckling up. NFL wide receiver Odell Beckham was on the phone.
So real quick, the one thing they said the flight knew who they were going to address. I watched the full body cam footage on another channel here, and it seemed like they didn't know who it was until some of the officers showed up and started whispering, saying, "You know who that is, right?" And then that's kind of when they figured it out. And I think that's the point they're at now. So yeah, we're gonna keep going.
Can I speak to you for a second?
9:30 that Sunday morning after Thanksgiving, Beckham said he was sleeping hard, tired from traveling, told the crew he'd been clubbing.
You know how many times we've shaken him to put his seatbelt on and he couldn't start?
If you don't want him to fly, that's a decision that you guys are going to have to make. Unfortunately, it's not our decision.
To officers, Beckham downplays the actions that prompted the captain to return to the gate and order him off the plane.
The officer said, if you don't want him to fly, that's a decision you got to make. They didn't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. They was like, you make the decision and we'll go ahead and do what you ask us to do.
He stays seated, learning his actions will force everyone else to deplane.
We're going to have to deplane everybody on this plane, and then you're still going to get off. That's fine.
Beckham watched and was on his phone while everyone around him had to pack up and get off. When one of them said something, he unloaded. In a police powwow down the aisle,
It's on them. I mean, it's on them.
officers forecast the finger-pointing and media circus to come.
Once I got everybody off, if he then refuses, then he's subject to trespass after warning. If not, if I can get him off peacefully.
They finally escorted him off solo, first reporting he seemed sick. His attorneys first blamed the crew. He himself later tweeted, "Comedy hour," though the body-worn cameras never did show anyone laughing. American Airlines had decided to deny.
So, I mean, that's it for that. You see, they took Odell Beckham off the plane because he seemed like he was belligerent. He said that he was in a deep sleep. But, you know, you have airline attendants saying, oh, well, we've asked him multiple times to put his seatbelt on, and he's just refusing to do so. In the longer body cam footage, there was even a point where somebody was saying that he didn't have on pants. He was sitting there with no pants on, which I think is kind of weird, but I don't know. I wasn't there. It's all alleged because all of that wasn't on camera. But Odell, man, listen to me. I don't know what you had going on. You're saying that they could have just woke you up. I probably would have handled the situation a little bit differently, but then again, I'm not Odell Beckham Jr., right? But at the end of the day, what happened is he rooted in towards the end because the other passengers on the flight was like, hey, just get off the plane. Just get off the plane. He's like, I'm not getting off the plane for y'all. So he made everybody get off the plane for him to be escorted off. Odell wasn't arrested. I don't think he has any charges. So it's just an unfortunate situation. I will say that if I was in that position years ago, and I've never flown first class, so shout out to him. Look at those seats. I had to sit next to people all the time. And back when I was a big boy, if I'd have had to exit a whole plane for one person, I would have been kind of annoyed. First of all, getting on the plane as a big person, you got to waddle down this aisle. You got people looking at you like, man, I hope this person don't sit next to me. I know what y'all was out there thinking. Y'all messed up for that, but don't worry. I'm getting on the plane this year, and I'm getting on as a different person. I'm finna talk my talk. But yeah, I probably would have just got off the plane. Odell rooted in. He said he wasn't getting off. Everybody deboarded. Then he walked off peacefully. I'm not on Twitter, but he threw a tweet out there saying that this has never happened to him in his life. I mean, so on and so forth. At the end of the day, it just seems to me like a lot of people were inconvenienced so you can get off the plane and walk away unscathed. So that's Odell Beckham, escorted off a plane from Miami to LA. I don't know what y'all think about this. How would y'all have handled the situation? Would you have just gotten off the plane? Would you have rooted in? Do you think he was treated fairly or unfairly? What's your thoughts? Leave it in the comments. I'll see y'all later.